Hey guys, Albe here again. This time around I'm gonna answer Thomas's question. He was asking how to adjust the chain on the BMW F800GS. First and foremost, we're gonna check the wear on the chain, see if it's stretched or not, and then we're gonna adjust it to the proper slack, up and down. Without further ado, let's get on it. So the tools needed for this job are gonna be a 24mm socket, a breaker bar, a torque wrench, 13mm wrench or 1/2 inch, they both work. Then you might want to use either a marker or some tape and a measuring tape. If you guys missing any of this, I'm gonna try to put a link in the description so to make it convenient and easy and fast for you guys to pick up some good tools. Okay guys, there are a few steps that we need to do before we check the wear on the chain. First and foremost, keep it on the side stand, engage first gear and push the bike forward until you tension the chain. As you guys could see, the chain all of a sudden got stiff. Once the chain is tensioned, you gotta check about 9 rivets. In this case, I'm gonna actually mark them with a marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now the maximum tolerance is 5.7 inches. So let's measure it up and let's see how far they are. It's 5 inches, well within tolerance, so chain wear is good. Let's move on to the next step. Next step is to check the slack on the chain. BMW recommend to keep the bike on the side stand and to check the slack with the bike leaned over and unloaded. Look at the chain from this point to this point and find the sag point, which is about right here. The sag point is the lowest point that the chain sags. Grab our measuring tape and now we gotta check the sag of the chain from fully up to fully down. So from 3/4 to 2.5. Now 1 inch and 3/4, according to the specs, it's actually within. Let's say we found out that our chain has way too much slack. First, you got to loosen up the main axle nut. So get a 24mm socket, stack it in, and with a breaker bar, you go ahead and loosen it up. Let's see. Once you have loosened up the axle nut, what you need to do is to loosen up the lock nut on both sides. So get your 13mm wrench and loosen it up. Okay, so once this is loose, now you have free range to adjust the tensioner over here. Before I tie everything up, what I want to do is look inside. In the background there are a few marks. I want to make sure that I'm at the same point, so I'm hitting the same mark on this side and on the other side over here. So once I'm sure the distance is equal, I just make sure that the adjusting screw is tied, and then I'm gonna tie back up my lock nut. When you tie, the axle nut is 74 foot-pound, and when you tie the lock nut over here, it's 14 foot-pound. Once you're done with the process. The only thing left to do before you can call it quit is to check the chain tension one more time. Highest point, let's mark it at 1 inch. and then down lowest point is 2.5. So 1.5 inches is way within the 1.4 to 1.8 inches tolerance that BMW wants us to maintain. So my chain tension is adjusted properly and I'm done. So that concludes our video. It was a really easy process, one wrench on a scale of difficulty. If you're still in doubt and you want to see the steps written down one by one, go to my website www.albesadv.com. I'm going to put it here, either here or there, but if in doubt, there is going to be a link in the description with all the torque specs and step by step what you need to do to adjust your chain. Other than that, if you guys like the video, comment, like, share, most important, subscribe. See you next time.